I've put together 100 declarations that you can pray over your finances, declarations that are rooted in God's word. I have enough because the Lord is my source. The Lord blesses the work of my hands. God gives me wisdom to manage what he provides. I do not worry about money because God meets all my needs. I am generous because God gives seed to the sower. The Lord surrounds me with favor as with a shield. I prosper as my soul prospers. God gives me power to produce wealth. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. I am bringing the whole tithe, and the Lord opens the windows of heaven over me. I am blessed coming in and blessed going out. The Lord delights in my prosperity. I am content because God is with me. I lend to many, but borrow from none. I store up treasure in heaven as I give. God multiplies what I give. I honor the Lord with my wealth. My barns are filled with plenty. God supplies grace so that I have all I need in all things. I live in God's abundance, not in fear. I trust in the Lord, not in riches. The Lord leads me into good land, a land with streams and fountains. I seek first God's kingdom, and all I need is added to me. I reap generously because I sow generously. I am faithful with the little, and God entrusts me with much. God's blessing makes me rich, and he adds no sorrow to it. I am rich towards God. I receive hidden treasures in secret places. My cup overflows with God's goodness. I inherit the good of the land as I obey the Lord. I am the head and not the tail in finance. I build my house on the rock, and my finances stand firm. The Lord teaches me to profit and leads me in the way that I should go. I am satisfied with good things from the Lord. I receive wealth and possessions as a gift from God. I lay up a good foundation for the future as I give. I am rich in good works. My treasure is in heaven. I am not anxious about tomorrow's provision. The Lord opens his good treasure over my life. I give without reluctance, for God loves a cheerful giver. The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. I live under the blessing of Abraham through faith. God fills my storehouses with plenty. I experience overflowing blessing. I am not enslaved by riches. My heart is set upon eternal riches. God's provision flows to me as I follow him. I am generous and my world enlarges. I enjoy the fruit of my labor. I am not shaken by economic troubles. I have treasure in jars of clay to show God's power. My God owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. God's goodness follows me all my days. I am blessed to be a blessing. My hands are diligent and bring wealth. I trust in God's faithfulness, not in the economy. The Lord gives me the desires of my heart as I delight in him. I am strong and courageous in handling finances. God opens doors no one can shut. I do all things with integrity. God crowns my year with bounty. My barns overflow because I trust the Lord. The righteous will never be forsaken, or their children begging bread. I work heartily as for the Lord, and he rewards me. I am blessed when I give to the poor. God sets me in a spacious place. My wealth comes without guilt or shame. I walk in uprightness, and my house is blessed. I receive ideas and insights from God. I am rich in faith. God satisfies my needs in a sun-scorched land. The Lord makes me fruitful in the land. I am free from love of money. My wealth comes through honest gain. I am blessed when I remember the Lord in my wealth. God blesses me in times of famine. I keep my life free from greed. I receive God's strength to work and provide. My giving stores up treasure with God. I am a faithful steward of God's resources. I find favor with God and people. I walk in God's blessing and peace. The Lord opens streams in the desert for me. God's grace is my sufficiency. I am fruitful in all I do. The Lord grants success to my plans. I receive help from the Lord in my work. God gives me strength to stand in plenty and in want. The Lord is my portion forever. I walk in God's ways and prosper. My trust is in the Lord who provides. I am rich in God's kindness and mercy. I honour God with my wealth, and He fills my barns. God's blessing rests on my house. I stand on the rock of God's provision. God blesses me so I can be generous on every occasion. I am filled with the joy of the Lord, which is my strength. I am content with what I have because God is enough. My God supplies all my needs according to His riches in glory.